What's up, guys, and welcome to another Battlefield 3 commentary. And I'm going to be pre-recording this one once again. I think I'm going to do that from now on. And what I mean by pre-recording is that I record before seeing the gameplay, because usually this is how commentaries go. Like, I'll record over gameplay and I'll be looking at the gameplay and recording. But what that does for me, it kind of gives me like this time constraint. Like, I keep looking at it, I'm like, oh shit, 8 minutes left, I gotta, wrap this up, or 2 minutes left, I gotta wrap this up. I think it would be much better if I just, let it flow, and that would be much better that way. But for those of you guys who didn't know where I went this weekend, which was the reason why I haven't posted videos in like 5 days, Thursday was my train to Boston, and then I checked in at my hotel at the Courtyard. For those of you guys who never stayed at a Courtyard hotel, it's like the Marriott. And it was a really nice hotel. It was really, really luxurious, and it was kind of expensive, but it was worth it. And then Friday was PAX itself. For those of you guys who don't know what PAX is, it's kind of like E3 where they show off all the new games and shit. And Chevrolet was there. Chevrolet, or however the hell you pronounce that car company. And they had like this Bumblebee costume. It was freaking awesome. It was like a full-on Transformers costume. And the car that was in Transformers, the actual Camaro, was at the event itself, and that was the Camaro that was actually used in Transformers. I'm pretty sure that they lied about that. As long as there's a Camaro there, everybody's like, oh shit, Bumblebee, but PAX was interesting. But an interesting story I'm gonna tell you guys is before I got on my train to Boston. So basically, for those of you guys who've never been to Penn Station, it's a humongous station. And it was kind of because I never took in the train before, like a full-on Amtrak train. I've always taken planes and whatnot, but the train was cheaper, and I decided, I like the scenery. So finding where I get my tickets and everything, and the waiting area was kind of a little bit of a hassle at first, because Penn Station is like incredibly large for no reason. They have like 10 Fridays, fucking 2 IHOPs, a goddamn mall, a freaking everything. For all you know, they have like a parking lot in a parking lot in a parking lot. It's like, it was a lot of shit down there. And I've been to Penn Station before a lot, but I never been there to take a train like Amtrak. So it was kind of difficult to find where I get my tickets and find the waiting area, but I did. And then I go sit down at the waiting area, and I meet this first guy. I don't remember his name. I don't think he ever told me his name, but he was looking at my ticket. I don't know why. And he asked me, hey man, you from Boston? And then right away, because I'm from New York, if somebody's looking over our shoulder and, trying to find out info about us, then there's something could be wrong there. So I got a little defensive, but I didn't, let it show. I didn't, say, oh, what the fuck you looking at my ticket for? That would be mean as hell. I would feel bad. I was just like, no, I'm from New York, And he was like, oh, yeah. I was like, where are you from? And then he was like, Chicago. And we had like a little conversation. It was nice. He was a nice guy. And then before he left, I was like, oh, have a safe trip. He said so too. And then I met this other person. Her name was Julie. She was from Virginia. No, we did not sleep together. I swear, it's like every time you mention a girl in any videos, they're like, oh, dude, did you bang her? It's like that's the main important thing of every guy's life, is that every girl he meets, he has to tell his friends and all his people that he ever tells a story to that he banged her for some reason. But no, I didn't bang her. She was waiting for her boyfriend. And she didn't, whatever. But we were at the station, and she's from Virginia. She was telling me this story about how she was offered a job in Virginia to fuck a horse, have a dog eat her out, and the guy who offered her the job was going to bang her too. I don't know how that would all work at once, but that sounds like the most difficult thing all at once. That is let's see, a dog, a horse, the girl, and the dude. That is a foursome. 2 animals, 2 humans. But technically humans are animals, but whatever, you know what I mean. And so it's like, whoa. And she, she didn't take the job. She's not like a whore or anything like that, or a weird person like that. But she says that was a job that she was offered. So I looked at her. I told her, tell me where you're from Virginia. Or I asked her where she's from Virginia, so that way I know to never go there. Because that is some weird-ass job offer. I don't think anybody in New York City gets down like that. But, it's Virginia. It's the South. It's like a whole different country down there, basically. You got racist people down there like, Billy, I think I see a nigger. Get my shotgun. That's the way that, the racist people are down there. And then you got your other kind of people down out there. The Cubans are all down in freaking Florida, and yeah, you know, it's not racist if it's reality, you know. Yeah, but that was an interesting story that she told me. But then her boyfriend came, or whatever. He picked her up, and she was there from like 2 in the morning, so she was there for almost 12 hours in that waiting room. And she came down from Virginia, so it's like an 8-hour train ride. And she told me also about how she met some dude on the train, and he tried to get in her pants. Like I think he was also on his way to PAX. I'm not sure, but what happened was she was sitting next to him, and you know they were getting friendly. Not, you know, like promiscuous. I think that's no. They weren't getting like, you know, like that. They were just being friends, you know. And he put his arm around her, and you know she thought it was all in a friendly way, but then he like slid his hand slowly down her to her boobs, and then tried to get in her pants. And yeah, that didn't go down too well for him. She kind of like moved to another seat. But that was interesting, you know. It shows what girls can go through sometimes on the trains and whatnot, how they get harassed. But finally, my train comes. I get on it, go to Boston, whatever. Had a great time over the weekend. Met a lot of cool people. Played some Battlefield 3 close quarters. Played some Spec Ops: The Line. And my quick opinion on Spec Ops: The Line, it's just another shooter. In reality, it really is. It's another shooter, because I was playing the story, well, the demo that they gave us, and it kind of felt, I don't want to like bash their game, but it kind of felt just like Call of Duty. Like it kind of felt like they were trying to be like that, because you guys know that Call of Duty is definitely the most successful video game in history, as a series itself. So a lot of games are now trying to be like Call of Duty just to get the money from it, and that's kind of ruining the first-person shooter genre. And it's really sad to see a lot of companies go down that route, because in the demo you were in a chopper shooting at another chopper with a minigun. You heard the character saying go go go, and it was like the same type of Call of Duty feeling where like there's your enemy in the single player, shoot him, you know. It's like you know, it's just it wasn't a really good game. I got bored of it in like 5 minutes and put it down, and I just looked at the guy and said, hey man, you got a great game here. You know, I'm not gonna just stand there and be like, your game fucking sucks, man. Because then they'll probably kick my ass out, you know. But I also played some other interesting games. There was one called Primal Carnage, which was actually a really good game. It's made by Lukewarm Media, which is like this indie developer studio, and it's basically dinosaurs versus humans, and you could play as the dinosaurs in a team deathmatch, and that's what I was playing. And you have like this dinosaur that you could fly as, you have the T-Rex, you have the little dinosaurs and whatnot, and it was really good, and it was pretty addicting too. And that's going to be coming out. They said that they're shooting for the summer, because I was talking to the developers, and it's going to be like $15 on Steam. I'm definitely going to get it and put up some gameplay of it when it comes out. And I played, what else did I play? Of course, I already mentioned Battlefield 3 Close Quarters, which I'm going to make an independent video for. Shit, what else did I play? There was Borderlands 2 there. Assassin's Creed 3, I wanted to play that, but wasn't able to because I didn't figure out that it was there until Sunday, and I wasn't going to waste my whole PAX day there. But Borderlands 2 I'm not interested in, so I didn't queue up for it. Hold on, I gotta burp. It's not coming out, man. I hate when that happens. Every time I start a commentary, it's like my burps just all want to come out at the same time. But yeah, Borderlands 2 I wasn't that interested in, so I didn't really queue up for it because it was like a 4-hour wait, freaking 3-hour wait, whatever it was. It was a long-ass line just for Borderlands 2. But I played Spec Ops: The Line, Battlefield 3 Close Quarters, that Primal Carnage. I played some Ghost Recon 2. I played this game called Steel Battalion, which is like an interesting game as well. And there was some really hot girls in like these little military outfits there. And I stopped by the booth where they're selling like all the PAX shirts, but the line was literally like you would be waiting there for an hour just to buy a freaking shirt. And everybody wanted those PAX shirts, and I was just thinking to myself, you know what? I'll come tomorrow. Tomorrow I came, no more PAX shirts. So I learned my lesson. Next time I go to PAX, buy the damn shirt, wait in the damn line. That's how I gotta roll. But I had a good time at PAX. It was a great weekend. Enjoyed myself a lot. And I think that's about it for this nice commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you did, Don't forget to click that like button if you really enjoyed it. Favorite this video. If you're new here, subscribe. If you want to share this video with your friends and whatever, and your gaming pals, and share it around, spread it around, make a trend on Twitter, which will never happen. Use that share button right below. And I hope you guys enjoy. Till next time, peace.